Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Something from Tools for Gents. I gotta be honest with you, I have no idea what this is. I have not looked at the box at all, so we're just going to find out together. Thanks to Tools for Gents for sending this in. I will link this down in the description. It does help my channel and use those links, but that's up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Today's video is just an unboxing, not a review. Just kind of checking this out for the first time, whatever it is. See if I can figure it out for myself here. What do we have? Is this... I feel like what the heck? Hold on. I remember this. Yeah. It's a Fox knife, but this is not... Did the old one have a flipper? Ha! Well, that's wild. Hold on. What's this called? Okay, here we go. Fox Metamorphosis folding knife, stainless steel M390, stonewash blade, etc., etc. Okay, yeah. I'm pretty sure the other one was strictly this, which this was a while back. Maybe it was like 2019, 2020. Didn't this system win an award at one of the shows? Was it at Blade Show? Essentially, the way that this operates, you can flip it. It's got a real, I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's got a real light detent. Real light. Probably because of the way that this whole thing actuates. If you flip it hard enough, if you give it a good initial, kind of give it the 1-inch punch of flips, you can do it. The way that you disengage the lock, though, yeah, because it won't move unless you push down right here. So that's why it's kind of neat. It's weird. It's unlike any other fidget lock system that I have experienced. It's got its own thing. This actually depresses, right? Now, does that make this a modified plunge lock? I think so. Yeah. So my next question is, wow. Okay. Now I'm not going to hit it any harder than that. But I thought the cynic in me, I just don't trust plunge locks. I'd have to actually take it. I don't think that it operates exactly the same way. There's got to be something else going on here. But the cynic in me does not trust plunge locks of any kind. That does seem to work, though. So far, the only thing that just is slightly annoying is the light detent. That doesn't... I mean, like, it's a flipper, right? So I almost feel like I have to give it a little bit of a, I think I call it the Jerry from Parts wrist flick, right? Everybody works with that guy who's like, check this out. Like if you you carry a good knife, Jerry probably doesn't. Jerry probably carries something a little bit wonky, right? But Jerry's under the impression that the wrist flick is like that's almost like a developed skill. Check this out. And you're like, oh, Jerry, don't use your wrist, man. Come on. It's so nose in the air. But this almost makes me feel like I have to use some, right? Because the detent is so non-existent. I think it actually is this little thing right here that's creating the detent. It is neat, though. The most satisfying way to open it, and just because it's such a weird sensation, is to use this little button to sort of wheel it out, right? Now, outside of that, it's a pretty good-looking knife. We have my Carta here. This is a Maniago. I know that I'm mispronouncing that. Italy. So this is actually made in Italy. And then we have an M390 blade. Now, every time I say, oh, Italian M390, I've heard this. Here lately, people have been correcting me and saying that a lot of them have gotten their numbers up. Is Fox M390 a little higher now? A lot of people tell me that it's 60-61. If that's the case, that's great. The blade shape is kind of, I don't know if we call that. It's just like, it's a very sudden sheep's foot blade. It's not quite a cleaver. There's still some belly there. The fit and finish appears to be pretty nice. Now, did it say that we were looking at titanium there? This will be an expensive knife, one way or another here. No, it says stainless steel No, and then, okay, stainless steel, the blade stainless steel, of course. And then micarta plus the titanium bolster. So the bolster material here is going to be titanium, which, yeah, the magnet's wanting to go after the blade and nothing else. Then we have, I guess it doesn't go all the way through. Oh, it says Metamorphosis on the inside. So this is titanium. I was wondering. This is titanium. That's what's holding it together here with the micarta. It's kind of an interesting construction. Lot of screws there, though. 4 on each side, T6. That's always fun. Pocket clip is a little slanted there. That's fine. I'm not sure why they didn't back it up here, but it's still fine. Like the position where it is okay. And you can mount it on both sides. That's really nice. How easy is it to manipulate with this hand? That is weird. Lefties, you're gonna have a weird time with this if you want to do, if you want to use this part of it. Flipping it, obviously not really any different. I think disengaging it is going to be the weirdest experience as a left-handed person for sure. Nice big lanyard loop there. Centering appears to be dead on, actually. Is there play in... Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is a totally different system, right? And older button locks, older plunge locks always said, I expect a little play. And then a lot of companies got, you know, really good at making them, and we didn't have a lot of fit and finish issues. This one seems to have slight side to side and slight up and down. Different locking systems, right? Blade play means something different with different locking systems. It depends heavily on geometry and how the lock engages with the blade. So for example, up and down play on a liner lock is really bad. You don't want to see that. Up and down play a little bit if you have a system like the shark lock or the triad lock, the way that those pieces sort of engage. Sometimes you get a little movement in there, but that doesn't necessarily mean there's anything wrong with the lock. That's a totally different type of movement. And you have basically the meaning behind it is something completely different, right? Up and down play on a liner lock would be a really bad deal. But anyways, yeah, there is a little bit of play there. So I just wanted to be, you know, totally honest with you guys and let you know what I'm feeling. The overall length of this guy, we'll measure it here real quick. 8 inches. Blade length is coming in at about 3.35 cutting edge, about 3 1/4. Weight, I'm going to guess this weighs a little over 4. Let's see. Yep. Nope, almost 5. 4.7 ounces. Okay. That's a weird one. I bet it's going to be I bet the price isn't going to be spectacular. It is interesting. I don't love the play. I don't love the light detent. It is weird, though, and I think some people, especially in 2024, weird is just what they go after because we've seen everything else. So it's kind of neat that this system is still around and they're still trying to do things with it. I don't know. I need to spend some time with it, obviously, before I review it and give you guys my final thoughts. But in the meantime, you can check it out at Tools for Gents. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like. So check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.